MCU March 2026 tier list maker. We are going to be rating every Marvel project, it seems. Now, some of these I haven't watched, so we're going to put those in the never watched ones, and then we'll actually get into it. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that. I was like, okay, I watched Cage. I watched this. I watched this. I watched this. Cage, no, Arcade, no, 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 nah. I haven't I haven't I guess that's how it is. I actually I actually I watched Werewolf. I watched yeah, yeah. I don't know what the fuck it is. I actually I watched but I think I watched and these are okay. Whew. All right, let's get to it. First movie, Iron Man. Holy peak. Iron Man is such a peak movie, dude. Honestly, if you think otherwise, something's wrong with you, like on some real shit. One, it started the whole thing. Everybody says that though. I think it's such a good origin story. Like they did a good balance of like Tony and Iron Man. You know what I mean? I do think the action at like the end was a little lackluster, but it makes sense because he's an Iron Man virgin. You know what I mean? Like he barely discovered his shit. You know what I'm saying? So it would be illegal to like put this at like anything other than S tier. Hate me for it. I don't care. Hulk. I actually kind of like this movie. I know people hate on it. I actually kind of like it. I don't think we've gotten this type of Hulk in the MCU other than like Age of Ultron with the Hulkbuster and all that shit when Wanda did all that bullshit, or like the first Avengers. Other than that, I don't think we've seen too much like actual fucking shit up Hulk, which is why I like this. Everything else is kind of buns, but we'll go. I think Beast 2, I'll go see. Iron Man 2, I like it, but as it tends to happen with sequels, they're not as good as the original. Iron Man 2 is a perfect example of that. It's not as good as the original, but it's still good. Here's my reasoning. The action was I liked the action of that one. It was pretty good. I like the whole his whole arc, as in like he starts like getting too loose with his shit and he's got to lock in, and then the stuff with his dad, and then he discovers a new element and whatnot, and he learns how to like value his stuff now. I thought it was pretty cool. It it did feel a little wonky though. It's kind of like you kind of have to watch it to know what I'm talking about. It just feels wonky. Like there's some stuff that like happens that's like for no reason. You know what I mean? But I still liked it. I'll put it at B. It's not A. It's definitely not S, but it definitely deserves to be up there. Thor. I really like Thor. I do think it was a little too slow paced. Like it moved a little too slow for me. Other than that, I actually liked it. It's not amazing, but I liked it. I'm gonna put this. I think I'm gonna put this A. I'm gonna turn on the fan because it's hot as fucking shit. All right, we're back. Captain America, the first Avenger, right? Is that what's the name? Almost all the first movies, like the first origin movies, are so good, dude. I love Captain America, the first Avenger. I love that movie. It's like it's so well put together. It shows you even in the start, it shows you exactly who Steve Rogers is, exactly what he stands for. It just it gives you such a clear example of what Captain America is, or matter of fact, how Steve Rogers embodies the persona of Captain America so well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy for him to go from scrawny and like not strong and all that shit to getting souped up and him being buff as fuck and being Captain America, which is why the fuck what was his name? Doctor whatever the fuck made the serum and he wanted him to do it because he saw the goodness in Steve Rogers, right? So that's why I think it's just a really good movie. I'm gonna put it. I'm lucky for to put it S too, like on some real shit, or maybe not. Maybe not. Boom, S. I don't care. I love that movie. Come on, come on. Anything else? Anything other than S? They're wrong. When it comes to team ups, this is the best representation of a team up of getting characters together and just making it work. You know what I'm saying? This movie, it made DC make a run for its money. You know, they rushed everything just to compete with Avengers, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a good movie from the start. I feel like it has really good pacing. There's never like there's never like a dull moment, you know what I mean? Everything seems like it's working towards something. There's no like pointless scenes, you know? Even the pointless scenes still act towards the story. You know what I mean? Like it's just so good a movie. The action, the it was a great mix of action, comedy, drama, all that shit, bro. Like that one joke where Captain America's like, it seems to run on some sort of electricity, and then Tony Stark's like, well, you're not wrong. That shit was funny as fuck. I don't know about y'all. S tier, S tier, definitely S tier. See, peak, peak, peak. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man 3 is the weakest. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Iron Man 3. I don't know. I have super mixed feelings on Iron Man 3. It's like they wasted what is it, the 10 rings, and they made it like into a joke because of the dude he's not an actor and whatnot, and they made like the other dudes the real villains. I don't know, man. I think Iron Man 3 could have been so much better if they didn't just, instead of setting up the Mandarin and then making it seem like a joke and then the real villains and all that. I mean, it was like a twist, but like the thing about this movie is they do stuff that's like supposed to be like that's supposed to hit you, but it doesn't hit. Like exactly with the like what I was saying with the twist. It happens and you're like really? You know what I'm saying? Like I'll give it a C. It's there with Hulk. It has its good sides, but what is Thor on Rotten Tomatoes? 67 Rotten Tomatoes, 6.7 on IMDb. No shot. Now there are some people that actually like this movie. I just think this whole movie just doesn't make sense. Is Thor: The Dark World hit or flop? Commercial hit? Yeah, look, being considered one of the weaker MCU. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain what's wrong with this movie. It's like there's since the beginning, it's just something so off, and it's like the characters are so stupid, and then like the villains are just dumb. Like I don't know. It's just whack. It's going D. It is there a way to go F? Nah, dude. I promise you, there might not actually be a better trilogy than Captain America's trilogy. Check it. Well, we have to get the Civil War. Don't even get me started on Civil War yet. We have the first Avenger, amazing movie, great setup for the character. It shows you exactly who he is and how he's gonna be at in the rest of the movies, right? Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I fucking love this movie, dog. This movie is so good. It has literally everything: action, drama, everything. Everything was. I don't know, dude. I love this movie so much. It's like, think about it like this. Think about it like the first time you hit it raw. Now, no, with no skank, but with the love of your life. That's how peak this movie is. Fight me on it. I don't care. Great pacing. It actually shows us the how Shield works and its plans into the future, and it shows how again they're so consistent with Captain America's like morals and like the way he is, like of course he's all for doing the right thing, but you know Captain America, he'll do the right thing, but it has to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like Shield's purpose in this movie is that he's basically fighting two villains. You know what I'm saying? He has like the Winter Soldier, obviously, and then he has like the infiltrates in Shield. You know what I'm saying? Like Shield wants to, what's that shit Nick Fury said where he's like, what if we could prevent the threats before they even happen? You know what I'm saying? And then I think I don't know what Captain America exactly says, but he's like we don't know that or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. It's peak. It's peak. You have this movie's really good. It's going S tier. It actually is. It's such a good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. Another peak movie. James Gunn knows his shit, especially when it comes with to the Guardians of the Galaxy. He understands them, and they're all so beautifully set up in such a brief period, man. From the start you get Star Lord Peter Quill. You know he's goofy. He wants to be taken seriously. You know, but he's Peter Quill. You know what I'm saying? Nobody takes it seriously. That's kind of the joke. Then you got Rocket and Groot. You know the duo. They're over there chilling. They're bounty hunters and shit. Their banter between them. You know. You immediately get how Rocket is. You know he's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? He's all about doing shit. And then you know Groot is just there fucking being the dumbass. You know? And then Gamora, you know, she's tough. She doesn't like when anybody stands in her way. You know what I'm saying? Drax, he's actually like fucking tough. They get some really good comedy out of him since his people are really they take stuff really seriously. There's this one joke where they're escaping the prison and he's like jokes go over his head and then Drax is like nothing goes over my head. I'm too fast. I would have caught it. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's peak. The first movie's so good. The way they I really like the way they end up the movie, like how they defeat him, you know, with the distraction and then the Power Stone and then where the Guardians of the Galaxy part was really cringy. But it works because of Peter Quill, you know what I mean? They do a good job of making sure you remember that he's still a kid. You know what I mean? Like they Yondu took him up when he was a kid. And you know, yeah, he's mature, you know, he's grown up, but like he still listens to music, he dances, he makes jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still a kid, like you know what I'm saying? And he does a really James Gunn does a really good job of keeping that consistent. Really good movie, really good movie. I'm giving this an A tier. It's not too good, but I'm giving it an A tier. It's pretty good. Avengers of Age of Ultron. You fuckers, you fuckers. I remember. No. Don't bullshit me. When this came out, you didn't like it. Now I swear to God, I know you didn't. Because back when this movie came out, I remember nobody liked that shit, dog. Nobody liked it. Well, people liked it, you know what I'm saying? But that was like the people who liked it were the minority. The people who didn't like it were the majority, you know what I'm saying? And I would keep seeing it, nobody likes it, and it'd be like it kept getting hate. I was like, what the fuck? Recently, you know, TikTok blew it up and then, you know, the clips and shit. And then I've seen people be like, oh no, I've always liked this. And I like more people start liking the movie. Don't bullshit me. Y'all only like it because of whatever the fuck. I love this movie when it came out. Does it have its flaws? Yes, but I don't care. This movie's peak. I won't lie, it's not S tier. It might not be A tier. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. The last like not scene, but like the last like part. You know what I'm saying? Like the big last part is so good. Like it has action. It like the action is really like well done. You know what I mean? Like I mean, obviously with Marvel, it balances at least right now. This is something we'll get into it later. Right now, it balances comedy and drama and action and all that really well. You know what I'm saying? Middle of the battle of what is it, Sokovia, right? Hawkeye's talking to Scarlet Witch and saying that we're fighting a bunch of robots. The city is flying, and I have a bow and arrow. Nothing of this makes sense. Like, yeah, that shit was funny, bro. I like this movie. I actually like it very much. It's really it could have been stronger, but it's still a good movie. I don't care. I'm giving this out of personal bias. I'm giving it an A tier. I know that might be crazy, but I'm giving it an A tier. I might drop it down to B. Ant-Man. I actually really like the Ant-Man movies. Scratch that. I actually really like the first Ant-Man movie. I think it was pretty good. It was funny. Paul Rudd, he does a really good job of portraying Ant-Man as like this goofy superhero that, you know, doesn't know how to be a superhero. I like that he was first a robber and then he became a hero. I like that. I think everybody was well played. The acting was good. The action was like low key mid. I don't know. It had some really great shots. I mean, the Ant-Man posters were fucking good, dude. Like, look, you got like this one on Iron Man, on Mjolnir, on Cap Shield, and you have shit like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this shit. Like, this is good stuff, bro. I don't know if this is real, but yeah, I love these posters. Like this one. Look at this shit. Like This is good stuff, dude. Solid movie. It's not peak. It's not bad. It's really solid. I'll go B. I'll go B for this one. I do like it a little more than Iron Man 2, though. Can I switch these? Yeah. Civil War. Captain America. Civil War. Notice how all three Captain Americas are in S tier. Notice that. Follow my finger. Look. One, two, three. Moi. Civil War. Holy peak. It's such a good movie. I think the Russo brothers directed this. Yeah, the Russo brothers, of course. The Russo brothers, when it comes to Marvel, so good. They work so well. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.8 on IMDb. Civil War. It's like, you know what Civil War feels like? When you nut in a girl for the first time. That's what it feels like. The pacing, the scenes, the way they introduced characters like Black Panther, the motivation that he has, it all makes sense. You know, the way they reintroduce Bucky, the way that fuck, what's this dude's name? Fuck, I don't remember. But the way he manipulates him, the split that Steve Rogers has with helping Bucky even though he's a fugitive, but he believes his friend, but he knows he did bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like the way they work towards that and the way that him and Tony don't agree on stuff and that one scene when they're like some shield shit, no? Or something like that. Where they're interrogating Bucky and they're talking Tony and Steve and they have that whole bouncer about this, that, and then Tony's like, just give me a break. It goes to show how well these characters are written because Tony, he has, I guess you could say he's trying to right his wrongs. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to do right, which is what Captain America wants to do. But like we established, like they have established in the previous movies, Captain America is all for doing right, but it has to be right. You know what I mean? And they bring up pretty good points here, like pretty good questions where it's like they have to work for the government and all that bullshit and they have to give up this and that. Steve Rogers is like, no, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that bullshit. And I mean, Spider-Man. They introduced Spider-Man. His intro was amazing. They gave him just enough screen time. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't give us too much Spider-Man. They didn't give us too little. He actually helped out in the fight. Granted, after he helped out, he got like swatted away. They did a really good way of showing everybody's abilities going against each other. Like, dude, this scene where they're all running at each other. Can I find a better picture? Oh my god. Okay, we'll get to these two scenes, but this scene where they're like, and then they like clash together. Oh, it's such a good scene, bro. And then you have the music in the background with all them fighting. Oh my god. But it really brings some weight to it because then we have this part where, Rhodey gets shot down by Vision while he was trying to shoot down Falcon. And then, because at the end of the day, they're still like a team. And they're all heroes, so they know that what they're doing is like wrong, you know what I'm saying? So Falcon tries to apologize. You just shot down my man's best friend out the sky, dog. You know what I'm saying? And Iron Man, Tony Stark just doesn't even say anything and just shoots Falcon. Granted, it's not like what a doesn't kill him, like doesn't slime him out right then and there. He like tases him and shit. It's just I think it's a really great scene because it shows he says I'm sorry. He apologizes, but he's overwhelmed with emotion and he just shoots him like he doesn't care anymore. And now they have to live with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a good scene. This one too, bro. Wow. The 3-on-1, the 2-on-1. Also, Team Iron Man all the way. If you're a Team Cap, whack. Peak movies, but whack. Team Iron Man all the way. Now people are saying in this scene, if Iron Man didn't have his thing, then he wouldn't have won that because Captain America and Bucky would have whooped his ass. Yeah? Well, if Captain America didn't have his serum, he would have gotten his ass ripped apart by one blast. 2 against 1, and then he analyzes the fight pattern, and then, bam, 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 bam. And then that one scene, well, like later in the scene where Captain America, he raises his shield. He breaks off Tony's helmet, right? He raises the shield. And Tony, he covers his head because he thinks Cap is going for his head. Let's break that down. Tony thinks that Cap is going for his head. Can you see why that's so important? At that moment, okay, let's give it a little bit more context. Before that, what happens? Tony restores his faith in Cap. and what he's trying to do. And after seeing the going to the prison with all the everybody from Capside, he goes to the site where Captain America and Bucky are at. Zemo, that's his fucking name. I think it sounds right. I'm gonna say it. It sounds right. Zemo, and he's trying to understand, and they're on the same side again, right? They're now they know who the common enemy is, so now they're against Zemo, both of them. And then Zemo shows them the video of Bucky killing Tony's parents. What the fuck did I just do? And they have that one really great shot where it's like, did you know? And then Cap doesn't respond. It's like, did you know? It's like he did. And then he just goes, Tony just goes ballistic. I mean, rightfully so. The dude that killed your parents is right there. Obviously, you're gonna try to fuck that dude up, you know? And then I don't remember exactly what Cap said, but he said something, and then Tony's like, I don't care. He killed my mom. Gang, go ahead, dog. The dude did slime your mom and dad out. Like, y'all say so, like, shit. If I was him, I'd be pissed too. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now that we have the context, he doesn't trust Cap anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew all that time and didn't tell him. Because he doesn't trust Cap anymore, he doesn't trust Cap to. He doesn't trust him. So that's why he covers his head because he thinks he's going to kill him. But no, Cap, either maybe he has like a last second switch or like maybe he was going for the head, but then he ends up going for the chest. And then you can visually see Tony's ass cheeks unclench. Like this dude goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then Cap walks away with Bucky and he's like, you don't deserve that shield. My father made it or some shit like that. He drops the shield and it has scratch marks. It's just such a good movie. It's actually such a good. All three of the Captain America movies are so good. Okay, Doctor Strange. You know when I told you that Civil War feels like the first time you nutted in a girl? Well, Doctor Strange feels like the feeling you get after and you have to buy the plan B. It ruins the party. I like it, I don't like this movie. I get that it's an origin story, but to me personally, it's kind of slow. And I understand it's an origin story. And the same thing happens with Iron Man. It's like it doesn't give me enough Doctor Strange. We get Stephen Strange, but I don't think we get enough Doctor Strange, which is something that is which is something that keeps happening. You know what I mean? Especially with Doctor Strange, you can notice it a lot with Doctor Strange. Like you don't get that much Doctor Strange now in the later movies like Avengers and not Endgame. Well, yeah, I guess Endgame too, but Infinity War, you get hands down the best Doctor Strange, well, best representation of Doctor Strange ever. Like that fight scene with Thanos is okay. We'll get that later. We'll get to that when we get to Infinity War. Doctor Strange is like that one guy that you didn't want to come to your party, but you feel bad, so you didn't tell him not to come, but you also didn't invite him. So now you're just kind of like, what do I do? You know, what I'm saying? I can't kick him out, but I also don't mind that he's here. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of that. He's that soggy piece of bacon in your breakfast meal on a Sunday morning. You know what I mean? He's the black sheep of the group, but just I'm not gonna continue with that because it was gonna sound racist. C tier. It's not that bad. I'm just not feeling it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, peak. I really love this movie. I really, really do love this movie. I low key forgot. Yes, Ego. I think Ego was his name. I think Ego. There you go. I think it's a it's a good movie. I think the villain was a little weak. I don't mean physically weak because we have that whole scene where we learn Peter Quill is like basically a demigod or whatever the fuck, and he fights him like by being Pac-Man or whatever. That scene. It's cool and all. Like so, he's physically not weak. I just mean he's like a weak character. I mean, yeah, he gets set up in one where Yondu tells the other dude, I forgot his name, but he tells the other guy, the other Good thing we didn't give him to his father like he wanted to, and we got a good representation of why. Like this dude's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He was kind of he was a threat, but he was lame. You know what I mean? I mean the way they took him down and the way that they fought, it was all really cool. I love the scene with Nebula and Gamora when they fight. That was a really great scene. It like it brought them closer. It was just really good for character development. It was really good. I love the opening shot. It's like shot is shot in the sky. No, 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 no. Like that. I like that scene with Baby Groot and whatnot. I like this. Very very solid film. I mean, we get great scenes with Rocket. We get introduced to Mantis. We have Drax, Baby Groot. I mean, they're all everything works. Everything works. Everything works except lame villain, lame threat. It's still a solid movie. I would say. I give it. I don't think that's enough to hold it back to a. Nah, I'm gonna put it at B. It's still better than Iron Man 2 though. Spider-Man: Homecoming. When they released the trailer for this, I was so hyped. I was actually so hyped. Think about it. This movie came out what 2017, right? 2017. The last one we got was 2014 with Andrew Garfield, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2014. So it's been 3 years. We need some new Spider-Man, and this movie it was just not doing it for me. I don't maybe a hot take. I don't really like this movie. I don't. I actually don't. You know what feeling this has? I feel the same way I do of this movie as the first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. Now let me tell you why. I don't know how to put this. This is a running theme for with the Tom Holland movies, especially. Hopefully, they change that in Brand New Day, which I think they will because the trailer is amazing. All the talk around it is amazing. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing. All right, enough glaze. I don't think we get enough Spider-Man in this. You know what I mean? Obviously we get Spider-Man in it, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think it has some great scenes, like that one scene with Tony Stark after they split the little boat in half, and then he's like, "If you're nothing with the suit, then you shouldn't even have it." Baller quote, by the way, absolute baller quote. The ending I thought was pretty good too. Where he was like, "Oh, this is a test, right?" I was like, "Oh yeah," and then he's like, "He just surprised the heck out of both of us." You know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. I mean, it had some cool scenes. The boat scene was actually pretty cool. I thought it was actually pretty cool. This scene in particular, reminded me a lot of the Toby train scene. There's a lot of debate going on of like who was stronger. I low key think this shows that he's stronger. It's two boat pieces being pulled together, but then at the same time, Toby's was like a train moving at like whatever the fuck speed, and he was like Michael Keaton's Vulture. I actually really like. I like his portrayal of it. I love the way he I love the way he can play like such a charismatic bad guy. You know what I mean? Like he smiles. He's like, especially the scene where uh Peter meets what's her name? Like when they're at the house. Okay, this scene right here is really good because this dude shits himself, bro. Like when he's look at his face, dude. This dude is scared out of his fucking mind, dude. Like it's so funny. And then we have the car scene where he's like, he fucking pulls out the Glock Dookie and he's like, "If you get in my way again, I will kill you." And then he's like, "Yes, sir." You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's. So I love the Vulture in this. At this scene right here, it's like, "Oh, I wasn't aiming for you" or whatever, or some shit like that. And he's like, it's so good. The villain is really good. I just think Spider-Man's a little lackluster here, man. Honestly, I always feel about this. He's too techy. I think I saw the vision of John Watts where he starts off too techy and too reliant because then we have the where it's like where he's like, come on, Spider-Man," when he sees like the reflection. Let me see if I can find that. Homecoming. scene. This one. And he's like, "Come on, Spider Man!" And he lifts up the shit, and he's like, "Come on!" And he does it. You know what I'm saying? He overcame. Like he cries for help at first, and then he understands like, "Hey, I am Spider Man." You know what I mean? And then it's just such a good scene. It shows his character development throughout the movie. It's so good. This scene too, I thought was pretty funny. He's like, where Tony's like, "Thank God this place has Wi-Fi, or you'd be toast right now." That shit was funny. This part's pretty good. It shows him, being Spider-Man. He still messes up. He's still new to being Spider-Man, I guess, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. The last scene, last fight scene with Vulture. I love this scene, especially the scene where he throws him up and then they start fighting. I Beautifully shot. I love this scene, and it also shows Spider-Man's like morals, I guess. Because yeah, they're fighting, but at the end of the day, Michael Keaton, he has a family, whether he likes it or not. Peter knows that this guy has a family, and if this guy dies, then this affects people that he's close with. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was just doing it to get some puh, or if he was doing it for the actual kind of his heart, because that's who Spider-Man is. But he still saves him. At the end of the day, yeah, he gets arrested and shit, but he still saves him. He's not dead. I don't know. C. I did like it. It's probably my favorite C. Thor Ragnarok. Tisk tisk tisk. I actually like Thor Ragnarok. I I have mixed feelings. I like that I like Thor being more goofy and funny, but I also don't. You know what I mean? Thor is supposed to be this tough. He's a god, right? He's the god of thunder. He's supposed to be tough. He's supposed to be stoic. He's supposed to be this movie. For this type of movie, for the movie that Thor is in, it works, right? You have this is more. I would think it's more like a comedy action rather than an actual film, like an actual serious film. You got that Thor Ragnarok showcase scene with Carl Urban. Let me see, Carl Urban, where he's like moving the the fucking shaker thingy. This shit, bro. This shit was funny as fuck because Thor's calling out for Heimdall and he's not there, and then the girls that he's with, like, "Oh, is that supposed to be Blinken?" This motherfucker's just fucking stroking that shit. And it's just a goofy movie. It actually is such a goofy movie, but and then they find Hulk. I love Hulk in this movie, especially that scene where he like shows up, where she's like, where Valkyrie's like, "Now would be a really good time to turn green," and then I don't know if he says anything, but he just like falls, and then he falls, but he doesn't turn green yet. He just like fucking splats on the ground. That shit was funny, and then he actually turns green and whatnot. But solid movie. I enjoyed it. I just don't like what they did to Thor, but it's still a pretty good movie. It's my favorite B. Black Panther, peak, peak movie, bro. Oh my, it just sucks, dude. It sucks that Chadwick Boseman died. He played the role so well. Such a good Black Panther, man. The movie was so good too. It's so good. He gives you the we get a little taste of Black Panther in Civil War, and now we get to see his true self. Not true self, but like the full. We get like 2 hours of Black Panther is what I'm trying to say, right? And the way that Chadwick plays him is it feels so true to character. He's humble, but he's a king. You know what I mean? He's tactical, but he's still human. You know what I mean? For example, for the humble but a king, when Shuri is showing him his new suits, there's the gold one, the one that uh I don't remember the name of the dude, but Michael B. Jordan ends up wearing the gold one with the spikes and shit. That's the one that he ends up wearing. It's like flashy, and he's like, it's tempting. but not for me. Like, and then he chooses the sleeker design, but that still shows it's still cool. It's still like, but it's like more humble, but it still shows his power, which is why I say that he has that humble but king. Then he has that what did I say? I don't remember. I just know that she was fire. Anywho, good movie, great movie. I love everybody. I love the roles everybody played. Michael B. Jordan played his role well. Shuri was amazing. Michael B. Jordan was amazing. It's just a good movie, bro. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, such a goat actor. Okay, wait. What is my recording at? 52 minutes. All right. Fuck it. I'm gonna just do it. We're gonna do every movie. I don't care how long this is. I love this shit. Avengers: Infinity War. Peak. Peak movie. Peak. The best comic book movie ever made to date. I'm being so dead ass. We have gotten hints of Thanos. We know who he is. We know what he's about. He wants the stones, and he will stop at nothing to get them. This is after Civil War. Everybody's broken up. Oh, it's just such a good movie, dude. The pacing is amazing. It never feels slow. The first interaction of Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, the first interaction between Ebony Maw and Tony Stark is like, Earth is closed today. You know what I'm saying? It's like get lost, Squidward, and shit like that. It's like it's banter, but it's still you still feel the stakes. You know what I'm saying? The whole gag of the Hulk not coming out. I love the way where we follow different people. We have Captain America, Black Panther, Bucky, Hulk, Hulkbuster, Natasha, Falcon, everybody on Earth, and then we follow the Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor, and then we follow, and then we get them to meet Tony Spider Man and Doctor Strange, where the fight scene with Thanos. Uh, what's their planet called? What's that planet called? Let me just search up Thanos fight. This whole scene on Titan, the Battle of Titan. Oh my God, such a good. Especially this is when shit gets real. When Thanos starts throwing the moon and shit. Where's that? Like it's such a good scene. Everything. It's just so well made. Doc Octor. Okay, like Doctor Strange's battle with Thanos is like peak. Like look at this shit. This shit's just aura. It's just we have this shit too. Holy face. But actually his best fight scene, that ass. It's such a good scene. His Thanos' battle with Iron Man was pretty good too. He's like, you throw another moon at me, I'm gonna be pissed off or whatever the fuck. And he's like, I think he says like Stark or something. He's like, you know me? He's like, yeah, you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. I'm like, my only curse is you because the Battle of New York and shit. So and like the PTSD he has, and it's like such a full circle moment because Tony has been preparing for this ever since the Battle of 2012, which was the invasion of the Chitauri from with Loki. And he's like, my only curse is you, yeah, because he's everything he's been working for. I mean, that's the reason he created Ultron because he wanted a shield around the world, so shit like the invasion of the Chitauri won't happen again. But it still shows him that he's not prepared. That anything he'll do is he's still not prepared to fight against Thanos because he loses. Now for fuck you Iron Man haters. Tony made him bleed. I love Iron Man. He's such a goat character. But yeah, dude. I hate that we didn't get the Hulk. but we got him for a few seconds and he got bitched. Such a good movie, such a good movie, peak movie. S tier all the way. My favorite S tier. Ant Man and the Wasp. D. I don't I can't even remember what this movie's about, dog. I watched it. I might as well put it. I've never watched, but I genuinely don't remember. That's how forgettable this movie is. I don't remember what this is about. I know that some ghost thing, and they fight. Well, no shit, right? But I don't know. Fuck that. We're moving on. Captain Marvel. I actually kind of liked Captain Marvel. Definitely did seem slow paced. I liked seeing Nick Fury as like I like seeing Nick Fury younger and how they met and all that shit. Because at the end of the at the end of Infinity War, we do see the little boop boop. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of here, she gives it to him. And he's like, if anything ever happens, that's really deep. If you're in some deep shit, hit up my line. You feel me? So then like I don't really have much to say about Captain Marvel. I didn't really like it that much to actually like you know what I'm saying. But it's solid. You know what? Just because of that explanation of why Nick Fury has an eye patch, like with the cat and shit, I didn't like it. C tier. Avengers Endgame. When did Avengers Endgame come out? Oh, going back to Infinity War real quick. Um, Going back to Infinity War real quick. That scene of Thor entering Wakanda, dude, this shit was so cool. No, no, no. You have to understand. If you were in the theater at the theater when this played, you would just hear the boom when he jumps up, and it's like, oh, it's so cool, dude. It's actually so fucking cool. All right, I just had to, you know what I'm saying? Endgame though. Uh, when this come out? 2019. Almost what? 22 years? No, no, not 22 years. 12 years, right? 11 years? If Iron Man came out in 2008, yeah, 11 years. 11 years of movies and setting up characters, and this is it. This is the end game. We get a really nice callback to uh Captain America barely moving the hammer in Age of Ultron. There's just so much peak scenes that you just had to be in the theater to experience, bro. This movie is a perfect example of why I love going to the theaters. It's like getting to see such exciting stuff with a whole bunch of other people who also find it exciting, and all of y'all just getting excited about it. It's just such a great feeling. When he picked up Mjolnir, everybody went ballistic. Obviously, we have this amazing fight scene, the reunion of everybody, them going back in time, this whole travel sequence. Oh, the Natasha scene. You know what I mean? But how him, how her and Clint started fighting over the who should die for the Soul Stone and shit like that, or who should sacrifice themselves for the Soul Stone. It it really just shows them how much respect they have for each other because it's like, and it also shows them like they know what they have to do. Clint was gonna sacrifice himself. She was gonna sacrifice himself. Neither of them wanted each other to sacrifice themselves. You know what I mean? And then it just hits everybody hard. The switch up with Nebula, I thought was really well done. Obviously, we have Tony snapping his fingers and saying, "I am Iron Man." That's it's just peak. The whole time travels, the actual time travel sequence is pretty good. This scene was pretty good too, where he was like, "You said that we'll lose and we'll do it together. Well, we lost and you weren't there." Like, it's just that it's like that callback from Civil War to where they were disbanded over some bullshit and then everything happened. I mean, even in Infinity War, Cap was still low key glazing Iron Man. He was like, Earth just lost its best defender, which was Iron Man because he just left. So now they have to lock in. But yeah, this scene was really good. And I mean, it was just like, you just had to be there, man. You just had to be there. Thanos was really well. Like, this motherfucker only talked in one liners like that ass. The on your left callback, oh, so good. But yeah, dude, such a good movie. You just had to be there. It's like, it is on the lengthy side, but it's just so good. It's such a good movie. It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. Peak, 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 peak. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Spider-Man: Far From Home. That's my bad. Okay, this is the right move. Honestly, mid. I know. It was mid. I don't care. It was mid. I love the suit. I love that. I love the red and black. I think it works so well. Uh, the final fight scene with him and Mysterio on that like little London bridge or whatever. I thought was pretty good. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, what do you like? It's just mid. It's overly mid. I don't know. It's like, it's good. It has some good action sequences in it. I love the relationship, how they really touch on the relationship between MJ and Peter, the way they're so awkward and all that. It's and then they figure it out together. Yeah, yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal killed his role, by the way. He did so well. He's just such a good actor. I don't hear that much talk about his acting. It's actually so good. He's such a good actor. He played Mysterio really well. I I want to like this movie. No, all right. I like this movie. I want to love this movie, but I can't. John Watts trilogy, it just doesn't hit for me. It doesn't. But it's a solid movie. I'll put it in. It's better than Nowhere. It's better than Homecoming. But The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I actually really like the series. I like the new Captain America. I forgot his fucking name. I'd be forgetting all these motherfuckers' names, dog. But I think it's a solid. I didn't really I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but I didn't really like all that bullshit that they did at the end. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it shouldn't have been done, but it's like I think there was definitely a better bait, think there was definitely a better way of conveying that message. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker dead ass just looks at the white guy, the closest white guy. He's like, "You think you're better than me? Well, I got the shield. I'm the new Captain America. Like, come do something. I'll whoop your ass." You know what I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's a solid show. It's solid, but that's all it is. See. Okay, now the Loki seasons are low key good as fuck. They're good. They're good. See, I'm pretty sure this is season one. Yeah, this is season one. This is season one. Yeah. I love the Loki season. I love the I don't know his name, but the guy who plays Owen Wilson. Yeah, I know, of course. The Mobius, it's just so good. Ouroboros, K Hugh Kwan, Sylvie, everybody plays. their characters so well. It's just such a good show. The build up to Kang. I really hate that they changed the Kang thing. I know the Jonathan Majors had all that bullshit going on and shit, but still, I think they should have kept Kang, dude. It was just set up so well, and I think it would have been really good. But I mean, they do some bullshit with him, but yes, it's whatever. But yeah, dude, really good show. I like, I just like how I like how Loki, he actually like changes, and he like changes the people around him, and they grow connections, and it's good stuff, man. Definitely recommend watching. If you didn't watch any of the other shows, which clearly I didn't, but definitely watch the Loki series. It's definitely an A tier. Black Widow, C, D. It didn't help this movie at all that it came after Endgame I think it was because of COVID, I think, or no, it just got delayed or some shit. I don't know, but it came out after Endgame, so like all the shit that happened there really didn't. It would have probably hit better or more after because then would have been like, oh, she has like all this hidden family, and then boom, she dies. You know what I'm saying? Then you would be like, oh, but she had a family. But since it came in after, it's like, oh, she had a family. Oh, but now she's dead. Mid movie, mid of the mid. It's like the mid. This is where mid is. She's like in the middle of that, and in that little crevices in the middle, that's where she is. Mid, mid. What if? Honestly, where's the other what if? What if is not what I thought it was gonna be. Definitely not what I was gonna. I'll just have to email it to y'all. Anywho, I thought they were gonna actually answer some real questions, but no, they just lay out some bullshit. Fuck that. I don't even want to talk about it. Shang Chi, I thought was pretty cool. I actually thought Shang Chi was pretty cool. The choreography, right? It's really well done. The fight scenes are amazing. I liked, but I didn't like the end battle. It was cool, but at the same time, it felt kind of whack. I don't know. That's just me though. I think Shang-Chi's Shang-Chi. I think this movie's best, like its strongest point is the fighting, especially the hand-to-hand combat. It's really good. Story was good. You know, it has Aquafina in it, so that's why people kind of hate on it. But I think it was a solid movie. Solid movie. I'd give it a B. Yeah, you deserve a B. Eternals, it went nowhere, dude. We got a knockoff Superman, a knockoff Flash. Their powers were cool. They had, but it was like it's like 12 of them fuckers, dude. Like it's just it spread itself too thin. You know what I mean? And nothing ended up hitting, and it's just whack. Then Harry Styles was like Thanos' brother or whatever the fuck. Or, was it Harry Styles? I don't know. Spider-Man No Way Home, peak. I have to give it peak, bro. Like I have to give it peak, dude. This shit in the theater, dude. You just felt like, oh, like, dude, look at this. It's just so peak, bro. This fight scene with Doctor Strange was really good. The bridge battle scene when he first meets Doc Ock is so cool. And then at the end, you hear Green Goblin and a little bit. Oh, it's just so cool. The stuff he goes with Aunt May, it's emotional, it's actiony, it's filled with nostalgia. you get the fucking lizard, pork, Pete, pork, like oh, it's such a good movie, dude. Like, yeah, it has its flaws, but bro, who the fuck gives a fuck about flaws when you have all three Spider-Men in the same movie, dude? Oh, it's so good, dude. The way the way they're like big brothers to them, and then or like how Toby's the big brother, like it's just. And then they have like that one funny scene where it's like, I don't want to brag. Well, Tom Holland's like, he's like, I don't want to brag, but I was in the Avengers, and then Toby's like, what is that? He's like, that's great. What is that? He's like, well, y'all don't know the Avengers? And Andrew's like, what is that? Like a band? Were you in a band? And then he's like, no, it's like World's Mightiest Heroes or whatever. The fuck. And he's like, all right, but yeah, dude, the way they take him down, Andrew Garfield. I love Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. My favorite Spider-Man. I don't care. I love Andrew Garfield. He's my favorite Spider-Man, dude. His suit's so peak, bro. Yeah, Sam Raimi's is cool, but his is so peak. That first interaction between Ned, Andrew Garfield, and Zendaya is really good. It's such a good scene. And then they make him forget about them and all that. That's peak, peak. Multiverse of Madness, whack. I didn't feel it. That one fight between Thanos and Doctor Strange in Avengers Infinity War was a better representation of what Doctor Strange is, or who he is, or how he is, than his first movie and his second movie combined. And that's just facts, dude. This shit was so fucking mid, dude. Wanda, dude, Mr. Fantastic, what is it, Richard Reed? Reed Richards? Some shit like that? Reed? Smartest man in the universe, and he just tells Wanda his secret weapon, and then she just like, what mouth? And then the dude's just like, well, no shit. That's like you getting into a street fight, and he's like, what you don't know is that I've had surgery on my right leg 6 times, and it's really weak. Now let's fight. You know, and they automatically know that your leg is fucked, so they just go straight for the leg. Doesn't make sense. Mid, mid. Mid again. Christian Bale did such a good job of portraying Gore the God Butcher, some shit like that. But the overly goofiness of this movie just, dude. I mean that first scene of where he like kicks the motorcycle. I actually fuck with this fit, dude. This shit's like kind of fire, dude. But that first scene, like, what the fuck? Like, it was just too goofy for me, bro. It tried to take itself seriously, but it knew it was goofy. But like the goofiness took over. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just so mid. It's just. I mean, after Endgame, you really do see the decline in like production, like not production because the budgets keep going up. But it's like they just keep getting more whack and they keep getting sloppy. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and Thor Love and Thunder are great examples of that. Wakanda Forever, I know it's like a sentimental movie because it takes the Chadwick Boseman died, so the Black Panther died, and then Shuri's the new one. Ah, it's like C tier. I like the name more stuff and all that they did with that, but it's definitely nowhere near the what the original Black Panther movie was. It's good. I would still recommend you watching it, but to get your own opinion. But I didn't really find it that interesting. The holiday special was actually pretty good. I found it pretty funny. They captured an actor which they think is Kevin Bacon, I think, or Kevin Bacon, some shit like that. Bacon. But and then they try to surprise Quill and all that shit. And I was like, "They're so funny." It's actually so funny. It's I liked it. Quantumania, get that shit out of here, bro. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Kang was defeated by a bunch of ants. That's all you need to know. That's the only thing anybody remembers from this movie. And actually, and this, whatever the fuck this is what people remember from that movie. Go up to anybody. You either ask them, "Have you watched M Quantumania?" You'll either get two responses. One, I didn't even know they made a third one. Two, I did, but I don't know what the fuck it was about. Both reasonable answers. This movie blowed. It actually blowed. It was all over the place. It was whack. And they defeated Kang with a bunch of ants. Whack. Kang the Conqueror defeated by ants. Whack, dude, whack. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's not it's not S, but it's definitely up there. It's like right. It's like neck to neck with the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the Rocket story. It's sad. At the end, he gets his get back in such a fulfilling way. I love the what's the golden dude's name? I don't remember his name, but he was pretty funny. But and then I don't know. It was a really good movie. It was sentimental. You know, we see Quinn dealing with the fact that Gamora doesn't love him anymore, and then they're like, "I bet we were fun," and then she was like, "You couldn't imagine." So she's like, "Oh, imagine the love of your life not remembering you, dog. Fucking sucks." Good movie, very good movie. Watch. You should definitely watch that one. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Definitely it's neck to neck with the first one. It's really good though. I love the stuff they did do with each character. It's just very good. Secret Invasion, blowed, blowed. It blowed even more than Quantumania. The CGI was so bad. That end fight with that one scroll that had like everything. Oh, it's so stupid, bro. And then like Nick Fury just seems so incompetent. Like, and then they killed Maria Hill. Like, what? What is this, bro? Like, look at this bullshit. It's just so stupid. And like, then we had like, uh, Rhodey was apparently a scroll, but like, since when? Like, when did the switch happen? I don't remember. It was just so whack. They killed Maria Hill for no reason. They didn't even have any weight to it. They just fucking shot her, and it was like fucking whack. But yeah, dude, whack mid. Loki season 2. Yo, yo. I can't click anything. Okay, we're good. Um, I don't. I think it's up there with A. It's right next to it. They're both as good. You know, I would need to watch it again. I just know it's good. You're gonna have to take my word for it. It's good. It's good. It's just as good as the first season. Very solid season. Deadpool and Wolverine. I liked it. I think it's B tier though. Definitely B tier. Definitely relied a bunch on nostalgia. Nostalgia? 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 But the fight scenes were pretty cool. The whole story was cool. The way they defeated it was funny but cool. The whole Deadpool versus Deadpool and Wolverine versus Deadpool scene was fucking amazing. That shit was pretty cool. And you got the comic accurate cowl and shit. It was a good movie. I'd give it a solid B. Yeah, that's fine. Brand New World, Captain America, Brand New World. C tier. I watched this in theaters at the theater. I did. Um, and it was like, dude, you saw this is the shit that they released, dude. First thing you think of is how the fuck is Falcon gonna defeat Red Hulk? That's like that's like me putting a second grader against the senior in high school who is like the football captain. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck is the Falcon gonna defeat the Red Hulk? I, they wasted the Red Hulk, in my opinion. Like, they could have done something so much cooler with it, but no, they made him fight the fucking Falcon. I mean, I'm not dissing the Falcon. I think the Falcon is actually pretty cool. Like, really? The Red Hulk versus the Falcon? Like, are we serious? Oh, don't even get me started on this ugly ass shit, bro. Like, what is this? Oh, it's so looks like somebody vomited up their broccoli. Like, this would have been better. This right here would have been better to me. This is comment accurate. This is just weird, bro. It's just so stupid, bro. They fucked up this movie. They fumbled so hard, dude. They actually fumbled so hard. This movie could have been so much better than it was, but they fumbled it. Thunderbolts was actually a pretty good surprise. I'll put it in A tier. Scratch that is getting demoted B tier. Although it was a pleasant surprise, it's not up there. Very solid, solid, solid movie. I'd probably put it like up here with like Iron Man 2, Thunderbolts. Well, yeah, Thunderbolts obviously, but it's definitely everybody didn't think it looked good until they actually watched it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's actually pretty good." Their whole like dynamic was so fucking cool, and like the way they shot throw shots at each other, and the way they saved the Sentry or like Bob out of the thing. There's also this really really like funny scene. Well, I find it funny where Sentry he like no the Red Soviet or whatever the fuck his name. Uh, I'm trying to find out his name, bro. Oh, the Red Guardian. Where the Red Guardian he saves this little girl from getting hit by like a rock, and then the Sentry just like fucking blast her, dude. That shit was funny as fuck. But yeah, this shit was fucking cool, dude. It was a pleasant surprise. This whole batch of characters is just cool to me. It was a very good movie. It was a solid movie. It was a solid movie. Fantastic Four. B tier. B tier movie at best. I actually I wanted to love the Fantastic Four movie more because I've never actually I've watched the last Fantastic Four movies and I like them. You know the one with Chris Evans and all the other and whatever the fuck. I like those very much. So when this one came out, I was like, Pedro Pascal as the smartest man in the universe. You know what I mean? I was kind of iffy on it, but he played the role really good. The thing was good. The actor that played Invisigal, I think is what's her name? Sue Storm. Oh look, here we go. Also, it was Reed Richards. Yeah, Reed Richards, Susan, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and the Thing. Mm. I like how they were all portrayed. I don't think any character was done wrong. Yeah. Goddamn. The only reason why I like this scene Like, what time is it? I'm not gonna say it. What time is it? I'm not gonna say it. It's clobbering time. That was pretty good. I fuck with that. The only thing I didn't like was the way they defeated. Oh, the girl Silver Surfer. She was dope, dude. Honestly, that shit was actually dope. But the way that they defeated Galactus, that's where I just drew the line. Like the way they just pushed him into the portal, like they didn't really have like a real fight with him, which is like that's my biggest issue, dude. Like the Hot Toys, I want that so bad. I want that shit so bad. I want it like on my shelf over there. That shit looks so cool. But yeah, dude, like he Galactus is supposed to be this big menace, and they just like push him into a portal, never to be seen again. Like whack. They could have done so much better with that. And that's it. This is this is it. Any final revisions? Mm, I don't think so. I think I like everything where it is right now. I think this is good. I think right here, this right here, this is good. Um, I love the MCU. Hope they need to get back on their shit, bro. But so far, they seem to do pretty good with the new Daredevil show. Hopefully, the new Spider-Man show is pretty good. We have to wait for Doomsday, see how good that is. Secret Wars, but yeah, man. Hopefully, they don't fumble again. Um, I'll probably do more content like this, more videos on this, cause I love movies, and at the end of the day, I'll just post whatever the fuck I feel like it. But if y'all like this shit, then I'll definitely post more. So if you like it, just like it, I guess. Comment if you want more, I guess, or whatever the fuck people say. But yeah, this is solid right here. Very good, very good, very good. Uh, that's about it, I guess.